Aurora's mayor says the city will spend money on temporary housing for people who are living in an apartment complex being shut down by the city for terrible living conditions. Some of the 85 families living in that apartment building near Colfax and Nome gathered today along with community advocates asking for more time. They've been ordered out in 6 days. They're asking that they not be punished for the fact that the landlord allowed horrendous conditions to develop over years there. Piles of garbage, rats, sewer backups, no electricity.
Most assistance programs require time to resettle someone to another home. The planning and execution of this abatement is reckless and insufficient.
Today, Aurora Mayor Mike Coffman told us that the municipal code dictates the faster timeline for closing that apartment building. He called the owners out-of-state slumlords who are currently being taken to court by the city for allowing their properties to become so dangerous. That property owner and now 3 conservative city council members in Aurora say that the residents and the city are not telling the truth. They claim, without evidence, that the building is actually being closed because it was taken over by a Venezuelan gang.
That building has been a problem for years.
Mountains of garbage, rats, sewage, no electricity. Aurora Mayor Mike Coffman defends the unprecedented decision by the city to close the entire apartment building at Colfax and Nome.
We've been working with this building and its owners for a very long time. I mean, they're out-of-state slumlords, and they haven't maintained the building.
The landlord from New York has hired a public relations firm out of Florida and now has several of Mayor Coffman's fellow conservatives on Aurora City Council convinced that the real issue is not years of code violations, but a city cover-up of a takeover of the complex by a Venezuelan gang.
We have a Venezuelan gang problem that has taken over a number of our apartment complexes.
The city of Aurora says that's not true, and Aurora police urge City Council to be wary of misinformation.
We don't know that all the information that's publicly out there right now is correct. It's probably not.
Aurora police say they believe the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua is operating inside the Denver metro area. There's a new task force working to identify the number of gang members and what they're doing.
They're here. We know they're here. We think this was a test.
City Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky suggested that a recent mass gathering of Venezuelans to await election results was linked to the gang. Mayor Coffman says it's counterproductive to conflate a gathering of thousands of people with gang activity at a time when Aurora needs help from Venezuelan immigrants to root out the gang.
It's challenging because they tend to prey on their own. In other words, these are Venezuelan gang members within the Venezuelan community, which is new to our area, and there's a fear factor in terms of trying to get the cooperation among these Venezuelan migrants to report, that they're being victimized.
The conservatives on City Council made clear that nothing the mayor or police were saying trumped their feelings.
This is what we believe. Our opinions are not up for debate. This is our beliefs. The 3 of us believe that there is a gang problem, a huge gang problem, that apartment complexes and areas of our city are being taken over.
Mayor Coffman said that his own recent comments about parts of Aurora being taken over by violent criminals was not a reference to the violent gang. Coffman said he was talking about parts of Colfax that had long-standing issues with violence, drug dealing, and prostitution. You can see my full conversation with Mayor Coffman on the next YouTube channel and on 9news.com.